Have you ever noticed your arms or legs feeling just a little weaker than they used to? Like climbing stairs leaves you a bit more winded, or picking up the grocery bags feels heavier than it did a few years ago. You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. After 60, it's totally normal to experience some muscle loss. In fact, it's called sarcopenia, and it's something that happens to everyone as we get older. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's unavoidable. Here's the good news. Muscle loss after 60 isn't a life sentence. You can rebuild it. You can get stronger, steadier, and feel more confident in your own body again. And no, it doesn't require hours in the gym or lifting heavy weights. One of the most overlooked tools in this journey? Supplements. The right ones, combined with light movement and smart choices, can actually help your body rebuild a muscle it's been quietly losing over the years. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about turning into a bodybuilder or suddenly sprinting marathons. This is about being able to carry your groceries without strain, to get out of a chair without pushing off with your hands, to prevent falls, stay independent, and enjoy life on your terms. That's what muscle means. It's not just about strength. It's about freedom. When I talk to folks in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, one thing they often say is, I didn't realize how fast it would go. One day you're lifting grandkids with ease, and the next, getting up off the floor feels like a chore. But here's the thing, your body hasn't given up on you. In fact, it's ready to respond. It just needs the right fuel. That brings us to the first supplement I want to talk about today, protein. Now, I know what you're thinking. Protein? I get enough of that for my meals. And maybe you do, but after 60, your body doesn't process protein the same way it did at 30 or 40. You actually need more to maintain and rebuild muscle, not less. And here's the kicker. You need it in a form your body can easily absorb. That's where a high-quality protein supplement comes in. Whey protein, for example, is one of the best because it's fast digesting and rich in amino acids your muscles crave. If dairy doesn't sit well with you, there are great plant-based options too, like pea or rice protein. The key is to get enough. Not just a little sprinkle in your cereal, but a real, solid serving. Ideally after you move your body, even if that's just a walk or a few light exercises. Adding protein to your day doesn't have to be complicated. It can be a shake in the morning, stirred into oatmeal, or blended with a banana and some nut butter for a tasty snack. And what it does is powerful. It helps your muscles rebuild after they've been used. Think of it like giving your body the bricks it needs to repair and strengthen what time has slowly worn down. Now, I want to tell you a quick story. A gentleman I know, Jim, is 72, retired mechanic, always on his feet during his working years. But once he stopped working, the movement slowed way down. He noticed he was getting weaker, especially in his legs. Walking up his porch steps took effort. He started adding a daily protein shake, just one a day, and made it a point to do a short walk afterward. Nothing fancy. Within 3 months, he told me, I'm back to carry my laundry up the stairs without stopping. That's what we're aiming for. Not perfection, progress. Now, let's talk about the second supplement that often flies under the radar, creatine. And before you tune out thinking it's only for young athletes or bodybuilders, hear me out. Creatine is actually one of the most studied and effective supplements out there for older adults who want to preserve and rebuild muscle. And no, it's not a steroid. It's a natural compound your body already makes. But as you age, your levels go down. What creatine does is simple but powerful. It helps your muscles produce energy during movement. That means more strength, better endurance, and faster recovery. Even a small daily dose, just 3 to 5 grams, can make a real difference over time. And don't worry, it's safe. Dozens of studies have shown that older adults who take creatine gain more muscle mass and strength than those who don't, even if they're only doing light exercise. I met a woman named Carol at a senior wellness group who was skeptical. I don't want to bulk up, she said. But after a bit of research, she gave it a try. She told me after a few weeks, her arms didn't tire as quickly when gardening, and she could kneel and get back up without that familiar, feeling. That's what creatine helps with, not looking muscular, but feeling capable. One thing to keep in mind is that creatine works best when you stay hydrated. So if you're thinking about giving it a try, just make sure you're drinking plenty of water each day. That's something we all need more of anyway, right? It's amazing what happens when your muscles start working with you instead of against you. Even small changes can open up new energy, mobility, and confidence. That brings us to the third supplement. But before we jump into that, let's pause for a second. Take a moment to think about how you want to feel, not just a day, but 3 months from now. Stronger, more steady, more energized. Maybe it's being able to walk with a friend without stopping to catch your breath. Maybe it's lifting your grandchild without hesitation. Or maybe it's just moving through your day without that constant sense of struggle. Your body is ready to support you. It's waiting for you to support it too. Let's keep going. Because there's one more supplement that ties everything together, and it's something you might already have in your cabinet, but not be using to its full advantage. And that brings us to the third supplement. One that plays a silent but crucial role in how your muscles function and feel every single day. It's not flashy and it's not new, but it's absolutely essential. I'm talking about vitamin D. Yes, the sunshine vitamin. You might already take it for bone health, but here's something most people don't realize. Vitamin D is also a major player when it comes to building and maintaining muscle strength, especially as we get older. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles don't contract properly. Your balance suffers. Your risk of falls goes up. And even your ability to recover after activity slows down. But here's the surprising part. Most seniors are low in it, even if they spend time outside. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and unless you're eating fatty fish or fortified food regularly, you're probably not getting enough from your diet either. Now, when your vitamin D levels are low, you might feel a little more tired. Your muscles may ache or feel weak for no clear reason. You might chalk it up to just getting older, but in reality, your body is missing a key piece of the puzzle. Supplementing with vitamin D, often in the form of D3, which your body absorbs best, can help restore that balance. And when your body is back in sync, your muscles work more smoothly. Movements feel easier. Your energy picks up. I remember chatting with a woman named Linda, 76, sharp as a tack, but she'd been feeling off for months. No pep in her step, she said. Her doctor ran some tests, and sure enough, her vitamin D was in the basement. She started taking a daily supplement, and within a couple weeks, she told me, I finally feel like myself again. Sometimes the fix isn't a total overhaul. It's just giving your body the missing tools it needs to thrive. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and talk about something really important. These supplements, protein, creatine, and vitamin D, they're not magic pills. They won't do the work for you, but they will make the work better. Think of them as your teammates, your cheerleaders. They're backing up the effort you put in with smart, gentle movement and giving your body the support it needs to respond. Because here's something we don't hear enough. Your body can change at any age. I don't care if you're 60, 70, or 90. Muscles still grow. Strength can still return. And it doesn't take punishing workouts or strict routines. Just 10 to 15 minutes of movement, done consistently, plus the right nutrients, and your body will start waking up again. It will start responding. And that's when things really begin to shift. You might notice you're walking a little taller, getting out of bed a little easier, standing up from a chair without that awkward pause. These changes are quiet, but they are powerful. They are your independence, your confidence, your quality of life. And the best part? Once that momentum starts, it keeps building. One thing that helps tremendously, especially when adding new habits, is having a small daily routine. Nothing complicated. Maybe your day starts with a morning stretch, followed by a protein shake with a scoop of creatine stirred in. Mid-morning, you take your vitamin D with a glass of water, and then you get outside for a short walk, even if it's just around the block. That's a powerful setup. That's a body in motion and in recovery. Just what we want. It's not about perfection. If you miss a day, no problem. The key is consistency, not intensity. You're not trying to turn back the clock. You're moving forward with strength, intention, and a little bit of help from science. And There's something else that happens when you start taking better care of your muscles. It's not just about your body. It's about how you feel in your own skin. There's a confidence that returns. You walk into a room with your shoulders back. You feel steadier. You move with a little more ease, a little more pride, and people notice. More importantly, you notice you don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. You've already taken the first step just by being here, by being curious, by being open to learning, by choosing to take your health seriously. That matters. That mindset alone is more powerful than any supplement because it means you haven't given up on yourself. You're still in the game. And that's where all the change begins. Now, if you've been thinking, okay, I've got the supplements down, but what else can I do to make this work? You're not alone because the next step is putting those nutrients to use. And we're going to talk about how to do just that, not with overwhelming gym routines or complicated equipment. Just simple movements you can do at home at your own pace that will help activate your muscles, improve your balance, and help those supplements really shine. Because when you give your body the right support and a reason to use it, it's amazing what it will do for you. Let's keep this momentum going. When it comes to rebuilding lost muscle after 60, the supplements we talked about, protein, creatine, and vitamin D, are powerful tools. But they're only half the story. Think of them like seeds. Without the right environment, they won't grow. And that environment, it's your everyday movement. You don't need to lift heavy weights or start training for a marathon, but your muscles do need a little challenge, a little nudge to wake up and rebuild. Here's the good news. You can start right where you are. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need fancy machines. In fact, some of the best muscle building movements for seniors are the simplest ones, like standing up from a chair without using your hands, or slowly lifting a can of soup in each hand as you sit upright in a sturdy chair. These kind of low-impact, practical movements send a clear message to your body. Hey, we're still using these muscles. Let's keep them strong. And you know what happens when you do these little movements consistently. Even just 10 or 15 minutes a day, your muscles begin to respond. You start feeling more stable. Your balance improves. Walking feels easier. And maybe, just maybe, you start thinking less about what you can't do and more about all the things you can still do. Now, let me say this. Rebuilding muscle after 60 isn't about vanity. It's not about trying to look like you did at 30. It's about having the strength to carry groceries, to lift your grandchild, to reach that top shelf, or to get in and out of a car without struggle. It's about feeling confident in your own body, knowing it's capable and dependable. I spoke to a gentleman a while back, Don, 72 years old, who told me something that really stuck. He said, I didn't realize how much I'd lost until I started getting it back. He started small, just a few bodyweight squats while brushing his teeth in the morning, a short walk after dinner, protein shake midday. Within a couple of months, he wasn't just feeling stronger, he was stronger. His wife noticed. His grandkids noticed. He noticed, and that confidence rippled into every part of his life. That's the kind of change I want for you. Not just more muscle, but more life in your life. Now, here's a little reminder that's especially important for us as we get older. Recovery matters just as much as activity. If you're nourishing your muscles with good food and smart supplements, you also need to give them time to rest, rebuild, and grow. That means quality sleep, gentle stretching, a warm bath in the evening, and yes, listening to your body when it says, hey, let's take it easy today. Too many people push themselves too hard, too fast, and then feel discouraged when their body pushes back. But if you honor your body's rhythm, challenge it just enough, then let it recover, you'll see progress without the burnout. And here's something else. Muscle isn't just about strength. It's also about protection. The more muscle you have, the better your body can stabilize itself. That means fewer falls, fewer injuries, and better recovery if something does happen. It's like building a suit of armor. Not the kind that makes you stiff or heavy, but the kind that makes you resilient, capable, and steady on your feet. So if you're wondering whether it's worth it to focus on your muscles now, at this stage of life, the answer is a loud and loving yes. Not because you have to, but because you can, because you deserve to feel strong. You deserve to wake up and feel like your body is working with you, not against you. I know it can feel overwhelming at first. You might be thinking, where do I start? But the truth is, you already have. Just by watching this video, just by thinking about your muscle health, you've taken a big first step. And from here, it's all about momentum. One small action, done consistently, turns into something powerful. If you've been sitting most of the day, try standing up every hour and doing a few slow, steady steps. If you've been skipping meals or struggle with appetite, try sipping a protein smoothie. It's gentle, filling, and gives your muscles exactly what they need. If you've been feeling stiff, try a few gentle stretches in the morning. None of this has to be perfect, just intentional. And don't do it alone. Share what you're working on with a friend, a spouse, a neighbor. Invite them on a walk. Challenge each other to a stand-up without using your hands contest. Community can turn a new habit into something joyful, not just doable. I want you to feel encouraged, inspired, capable, because you are. You're not too old. You're not too late. And your body is not past the point of change. In fact, it might just be waiting for you to give the signal. And when you do, that's when the magic starts to happen. I'd love to hear how you're feeling about this. Have you tried any of these supplements? Have you started any new habits that have helped you feel stronger? Leave a comment and let's support each other. We're in this together. And if this video spoke to you, even just a little, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there's more coming your way. Simple, practical advice that can help you stay strong, sharp, and independent for years to come. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about muscles. It's about living the life you want to live. And you still have so much life left to live. Here's to strength, confidence, and moving forward one step at a time.